Alright, put this on. We are ready to go. What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new expression where we help you become your greatest self. Now, I am sorry for the lack of consistency this week. I just really haven't been able to make any videos because of the fact that I had a friend visit from Florida. He came down for about 5 days, so I've just been trying to spend as much time with him as much as possible. And also had a good friend of mine get sent off to boot camp for the military. So he's going to be pursuing his passion, his career. And I hope everything is going great for him. And so yeah, that's why I've been kind of straying away from YouTube. Not straying away, but I just haven't been able to post as many videos. But we are back to it, back to posting videos every other day, almost every day, if I have time for it. But yeah, this week I've been really focusing on my personal work. And what I mean by personal work is, when I say personal work, I mean things like meditation, things like working on my beliefs, working on my mindset, my belief structure. Because as you guys know me, I think that is the most important thing. Your beliefs, just your mental well-being, your inner peace is so important, and it pertains to anything, like with your relationships, with business, with everything in your life. It pertains to all of that, because when you have a solid foundation, when you are mentally clear, when you have inner peace, when you are mentally stable, you're in such a better position to go about your relationships, to go about your business, to go about your job, to go about your career, like whatever it is. Like, inner peace and mental clarity is so important, and that's why I think everyone should be implementing it to their life, because it's such a solid foundation, and I think everyone needs that kind of inner peace and that kind of mental clarity. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about giving up our emotions to other people. My mentor, he calls it abdicating your power of your emotions. So what does abdication mean? So abdication means that it kind of is in a royalty term. It's a royalty term. So it's basically when a king kind of just gives up his position, right? He gives up his throne. And in our situation, abdicating our emotions. So what this means is, when we say things like, he makes me feel, right? We say that all the time. He makes me feel mad. He makes me feel angry. Or she makes me feel happy. She makes me feel annoyed. She makes me feel excited. Whatever that is, we say that something outside of us, right? The weather, the event, the traffic. We say the traffic is making me feel so annoyed right now. Or we might not even be saying it. We might not even physically be saying it, but in our thoughts or in our emotions, we are giving up our emotions to something outside of us, right? And if you guys know me, I try to preach that our emotions come from us, not from anything outside of us, not from somebody else, right? Somebody isn't making us feel a certain way. Like, if you really break it down, and you really break it down, and you break down the word structure, right? She makes me feel. Like, if we break that down, she makes me feel mad. We're saying that another person is controlling our emotions. And when we say it like that, that kind of sounds a little weird, right? Like, how is somebody going to control my emotions? No one controls my emotions. I am the one that is creating my own emotions, right? When we say the weather, or you take two people, for example, and you say, one person saying that the weather is making them feel so miserable, and it's making them feel like shit, basically. And then you have someone else that's saying, the weather's amazing, I feel great because of the weather, and so on and so forth. The weather is the weather, right? So let's say it's sunny and somebody hates the sun and somebody loves the sun, right? The weather stays the same. It's not out to control anyone's emotions, but for making an agreement, right? From our own personal experience, from our own opinions, we are creating our emotions. So, the guy that doesn't really like the sun, right? He doesn't really like going outside, doesn't really like the sunny weather. He is going to make the agreement that the weather is making him feel down. And for that reason, he abdicates his emotion to the weather. right? The weather is not controlling his emotion, but he's leaving that power over his emotions to the weather outside of him, outside of his control, while the other person is still doing the same thing, but she's getting, or he or she is getting a good emotion out of that. But in both circumstances, they're both leaving their emotions outside of them, right? They're not in control of their own emotions. They're saying that something outside of them is in control of their own emotions. And you see the importance in that, right? If we say things outside of us are in control of our own emotions, then we're not able to take responsibility of that. We're not able to change our emotions because we've put that power outside of us. We said that they're in control of our emotions and that we can't control it. So that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Is we have to understand, in order to take control of our happiness, in order to take control of our life, really, we have to take control of our emotions, and we have to take that power back in our hands. We have to understand that we control our own emotions, not the weather, not somebody else. No one else is making us feel angry. We're making ourselves feel angry through the thoughts and through the agreements that we make about the other person, not the other person in general, right? The other person can't just go into our emotional body and start making us feel all these sorts of emotions. They might be influencing it. They might be influencing our emotions, but we are in control of our own emotions, and we have full responsibility over our emotions. So if you guys are able to take this into consideration, and we're able to understand that we're in control of our own emotions, then everything changes, because we understand that he can't control our emotions, that the weather can't control our emotions, that if we get turned down from a job interview, that can't control our emotions, that we are in control of our own emotions, and that no circumstance, no situation, no person, no thing in specific can control our emotions, because we are in control of that. And when we understand that, that is so powerful, because we can go about our life like being in control of the things that we do and the way that we feel. And that way our happiness isn't just based on other people. It's not given into the hands of other people or a stranger or anything outside of us, but we take it back into our own hands, and we understand that happiness comes from within, right? The way that we feel, our emotions, that all comes from within. So I want you guys to understand that. I want you guys to understand that no one else is making us feel a certain way, that the weather is not making us feel a certain way, that your circumstance, your situation, none of that matters. What matters is that you take control of your own emotions, that you understand that you are responsible for your own emotions, that the weather is not controlling your emotions, but that you're controlling your own emotions through the agreements that you make about whatever. So guys, that is the video there, guys. I hope you guys got some content out of that. I hope you guys got some value out of that. Just remember that no matter what it is, no matter what the person is, no matter what the circumstance is, that you are in control in your own emotions, and that you are responsible for it. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling annoyed, whatever your emotion that you're feeling, you are responsible for that emotion, not anything outside of us. And when we say something outside of us is in control of it, then we lose responsibility, we lose control over our own happiness. So gonna end it here, guys. Like this video if you guys like this. Share it to your friends. Share it to your family, because this is so important, and so important in our own happiness that we understand this. So remember that change happens only with a new expression. I'll see you guys back in the next video. Take care, guys.